We now find the formula for the third sequence we have here. So that's 2, 6, 12, 20, 30, 42, and 56, and so on. Okay, well, as always, we look at the difference between consecutive terms. From 2 to 6, we're adding 4. From 6 to 12, we're adding 6. From 12 to 20, we're adding 8. From 20 to 30, we're adding 10. From 30 to 42, we're adding 12. From 42 to 56, we're adding 14. Now, as we can see, the difference between terms isn't always the same. It keeps on changing. So we look into the second difference. From 4 to 6, we're adding 2. From 6 to 8, we're adding 2. From 8 to 10, we're adding 2. From 10 to 12, we're adding 2. And from 12 to 14, we're adding 2 again. Since the second difference is always the same, we're dealing with a quadratic sequence. So we have a formula looking like u of n equals to an squared plus bn plus c. And we now have to find each of the coefficients a, b, and c. Now remember, for that, we have our formula, which is 2a has to equal to the second difference. So that's 2a has to equal to 2 in this case. We also have 3a plus b must equal to the difference between the first and the second term of the sequence. So that would be 4. And finally, we have a plus b plus c must equal to the first term of the sequence. So that would be 2. We now have our 3 equations, and we solve them in order from top to bottom. So the first one, 2a equals to 2, tells us that a must equal to 1. The second one, we have 3a plus b equals to 4. And since a equals to 1, that turns into 3 times 1 plus b equals to 4. So that's 3 plus b equals to 4, and we find b equals to 1. Finally, we look at the third equation, which is a plus b plus c equals to 2. I'll just write that. A plus b plus c equals to 2. And since a equals to 1 and b equals to 1, it becomes 1 plus c equals to 2. So 2 plus c equals to 2, and therefore c equals to 0. We now have all our coefficients, and we can go ahead and write the formula for the nth term. That would be un equals to 1n squared, we just write n squared, plus 1 times n, so we just write plus n, plus 0, which we don't bother writing. So that's the formula for this sequence.